Chart of the Week with Redmayne Bentley.
You're listening to financialradio.co.uk. My name's Giles McMullen, chatting to Bill Rook from Redmayne Bentley. He is the chartist that we speak to each week for his stock selections and to see what he's up to. And you'd have done very well to take his advice over the last few weeks, because the returns have been phenomenal in some of the stocks you've picked, haven't they, Bill?
Well, this one in particular, Giles, it's Mexico, which went on the 28th of April '08, straight in on the chart. We're looking on the signal line above the chart, the two little arrows up there, and I've highlighted that with two vertical lines. And the furthest vertical line would trigger on the 28th of April '08, and that came in at about 10. And then another signal to back up that one on the 9th of May '08 at $10.76, and on the 21st of May this one rocketed to 55. Quite phenomenal. This had several things going for it. It was a very strong sector. It was outperforming that strong sector. Volume was massive, and it was hitting highs and outperforming the market. And those are the basic raw ingredients for picking these sort of winners. And this one really has been stunning.
And you bought this, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I bought that, and it was actually, the whole thing was triggered by one of the traders at the Thursday seminars that I run, and you've been to, Giles, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Yes.
And one of the guys there picked it by eyeball, and I wanted to replicate this and say, well, okay, this is brilliant. I love the chart. Can we do it again? And the next one I want to look at is FPP, which was a repeat of this one, using the same formula. And FPP, Field Point Petroleum, only had one signal on this one, and this one came in on the 16th of May at $3. And this has gone up to high of $8 on the 21st of May. So 5 days later, it was doing very, very nicely. Bored over slightly at about 6 at the moment, but in a very strong sector, a very, very good volume behind it, powering ahead new highs, outperforming in all levels. So it's been brilliant. So that's repeat, and I've got this one as well, Giles. So
you've managed to replicate.
Yeah.
You've managed to replicate. So it wasn't just like, you threw a dart at a paper, a listing of stocks, and you picked a lucky one. You've done this twice.
Yeah, and if I had used the same formula again, this is the one I didn't pick up because the signal didn't have the formulas running, was Pyramid Oil. Pyramid Oil on here on the 21st of April was $6.81. On the 9th of May, about $8, and on the 23rd of May hit a 29 high. So this is exactly the same formula setup, with increasing volume, powering to new highs, outperformance against the market, outperformance against the sector strong, and this has been very, very good too. But this one I didn't have because I didn't have the formulas, because I couldn't produce them in a sense. I couldn't go back in the time machine to buy this one. But this one was the one that I missed off that, and there haven't been many signals off this system. In fact, there have only been 3, I think.
Right. Because those charts look almost identical, don't they?
They do, don't they? Yeah. But it's very pleasing in a sense that it can be repeated. But the problem here is that if it's only going to be once in a while, once every 4 years, once every 3 years, once every year, perhaps, is it worth running as a system? Because most people think, well, they want to do something in between time because they want to invest in a strong sector. Do they have to? Are they only waiting for these sort of things? Are they prepared to buy other things instead and waiting for this to happen?
Well, I suppose an analogy, Bill, would be, is it worth having a hurricane warning because we only have them once every few years in this country?
Yes.
And I suppose it is. You can have different styles and take different approaches with different ideas, can't you?
Yeah, I think that's probably absolutely right. That's a very good point. I think if you can mention, if you sort of have a style for this and say, okay, my pot of money is here. Next time it comes up, I won't put X amount in. I'll put X plus 2 in there because the signals are pretty good on here because the hit rates are very good. So in between time, you can look at other things with other systems. So this is just one system, which is part of a suite of different systems, which will kick in as and when. So I'm very pleased with it, but I'd like to have had a few more signals on. Because I'm like
now, why is that, Bill? Okay, let's have a look at another one that you've chosen, which is Petróleo Brazil. Now, you've been bullish on Brazil on and off over the last year or so, and with good reason. I mean, if you look at the Bovespa, which is the index in Brazil, it's been doing very well. What do you like about this?
Well, this is a massive company now. It's the sixth largest company by market cap in the world, the third largest in the northern hemisphere. And this one again, it all kicks in with those vertical lines coming across there. Might sort of fog the chart a bit, but the first one kicking in on the 19th of June there, or sorry, 19th of September at about $32. That would be the time when you go in, I think, and that would be outperforming the market by the S&P by about 50%. The relative strength against the whole of the market there is above 90, which I want it to be in the top percentile, 10 percentile of the market. So has to be very, very strong, outperforming the market and looking very, very strong overall. And since then it's doubled. But this is with hindsight. This has been a very, very successful run on this company, and it's got one of the largest oil reserves in the world, third largest oil reserve in the world now. This is going from strength to strength. So in a few years' time, this could be number one.
So would you buy it? Would you buy it now?
Well, what I would do is I prefer to buy the BlackRock Latin American Investment Trust, Giles.
Right.
I mean, then you're looking at the whole of Brazil in a different sort of in a portion there, rather than actually saying I'll have this one only. I'd like to have exposure in Brazil, and this is one area. That's one way of doing it, is to go to an investment trust rather than being stock specific. So one spreads the risk a bit.
Now let's have a look at the chart that you mentioned there, the BlackRock Latin America Investment Trust. It's the performance over the last, what have we got there, year or so, just over a year. Mm-hmm. It's been quite volatile, hasn't it?
Well, it's been static. I mean, it has been. So since September, it's been in a very narrow range between 575 and about 450. So it has been. It's only since April that it has kicked in and started moving up. So this one isn't too late to get on board if you believe the Brazilian story is going to continue, and I think it will. Anything which is based in commodities, any country which has got a strong commodity base is worth a look at in this market environment. So yeah, commodities might come back a bit, but the longer term trend is in place for commodities to rise. They might be overbaked at the moment. We can look at that later over the course of the summer. But I think at the moment this one is still a runner and worth having it as an addition to the portfolio for that sort of exposure.
Bill, well, congratulations on such fantastic stock picks over the last couple of weeks. And long may it continue. I'm sure your clients must be very happy with you at the moment.
Yeah, I don't buy them. I don't buy these a lot of these American shares for clients.
Don't you?
No, I don't. No, I'll talk to them about it, but I don't actually buy specifically for clients. No, but I'm very happy for myself. Yeah,
I'm sure you are. We're happy for you too, Bill.
Thanks, Charles.
Now we're not going to be chatting for the next 3 weeks or so because I'm going to be away on holiday, but we will be back on the third week in June. So I will chat to you then.
I look forward to that, Charles. Yeah.
Bill Rook from Redmayne Bentley. Thanks very much for joining us today.
Thanks.
Chart of the Week with Redmayne Bentley.